Yo, welcome back to Atreides Data Center. Today, we're diving into a movie that'll make you laugh, cry, and scream in frustration all at the same time. Baghdad Messi. This is the story of a young kid with big dreams, stuck in a world that makes everything 10 times harder. So, get ready to feel his struggles, because this ain't just another football movie. Before we kick things off, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more people can experience this epic journey. All right, let's jump straight into the story. Football, more than just a game. For some, football is just a sport, but for others, it's a religion. And in the heart of Baghdad, there's this one kid who worships Lionel Messi. But here's the problem. His life is anything but easy. Imagine this. Just trying to watch the Champions League final feels like an impossible mission. So how does this little legend fight against all odds just to see his idol play, while living in a city torn apart by war? Let's find out. Baghdad Messi, 2023. A dream, a war, and a boy who won't give up. Alright, before we dive into the story, let's set the scene. This will help you really feel the situation and understand what's at stake. The movie takes us back to Iraq in 2009, a country still trying to recover from war, chaos, and endless conflicts. The vibe? Tense, dangerous, unpredictable. Baghdad is a city in ruins where daily life is a constant battle. Bombs, gunfire, and fear are part of everyday existence. Losing loved ones? Sadly, it's just another Tuesday in this war-torn world. And caught in the middle of all this? A football-obsessed 11-year-old boy named Hamoudi, whose biggest idol is none other than Lionel Messi. He dreams of becoming a football legend himself. But here's the harsh truth. Dreaming in Baghdad ain't easy. The opening scene, joy turns to tragedy. The movie kicks off with a bunch of kids laughing, running, and living their best lives playing football. It's one of those rare happy moments in a place that's seen too much sadness. And then, boom, an attack. Chaos, screams, panic. Hamoudi isn't the target. He's just another casualty of war. An innocent kid caught in the madness of adults fighting battles he never signed up for. He's rushed to the hospital. And the doctors have no choice. His left leg has to be amputated. When his mom, Salva, hears the news, absolute heartbreak. She breaks down, unable to accept the cruel twist of fate that has just stolen her son's future. The ugly truth about Hamoudi's dad. Alright, so here's where things get real messy. Turns out, Hamoudi's dad, Kadim, has a very questionable job. He works as a translator for the American military. Yep, you heard that right. Basically, he's buddy-buddy with the US troops. And in the eyes of many Iraqis, that makes him a sellout, a traitor, a walking target. Kadim doesn't roll solo though. He's got a partner in crime named Bahoz, who's also in this we work for the enemy business. And let me tell you, if you're watching this movie, it's hard not to get mad at these guys. I mean, come on. What did you expect? Of course, people are gonna hate you. No wonder they always wear face coverings. Gotta keep that betrayal glow under wraps. But you know what they say, what goes around comes around. And sure enough, Kadim's house gets marked. Big, bold letters on the wall. Traitor. And disaster does come. One night, boom! A Molotov cocktail crashes into their home. Flames everywhere. Their house burns to the ground. Losing a leg to a terrorist attack? Most kids would have given up, but not Hamoudi. This kid still dreams big. Meanwhile, his parents? They're in survival mode. With their family now marked for death, Kadim decides it's time to get the hell out of Baghdad. Destination? The coast, where his brother-in-law lives. Good guy Bahoz tags along to help with the move. Everything seems chill, until they hit a checkpoint. Now, for normal people, a checkpoint is like a random police stop. You know, the usual, "Good afternoon, sir. License and registration, please." But in this version, it's more like, "Good afternoon. Sunny or Shia?" Yeah, super casual. And guess what? If you answer wrong, you don't just get a ticket. You get jumped by soldiers on the spot. No trial, no second chances, just straight up game over. Luckily, Kadim's family plays it smart. They claim to be Sunni and get through without a scratch. On the road, Kadim tries to cheer up Hamoudi by giving him a gift. A Barcelona jersey with Messi on the back. Sweet, right? W-R-O-A. Hamoudi barely reacts. I mean, can you blame him? The kid literally lost a leg, and his dad's out here giving him a football jersey. Bro, read the room. If it were me, I'd go all in pirate hat, eye patch, maybe even a cool wooden leg. At least make him feel like a badass. Finally, they arrive in their new neighborhood, and Hamoudi meets Yaqub and his squad. Turns out, Yaqub is his cousin, and plot twist, a fellow Barcelona fan. So, naturally, dude loves football too. While helping Hamoudi's family unpack, Yaqub starts grilling him. Hamoudi, being Hamoudi, flexes a little. Back in Baghdad, I was the captain, bro. Yaqub, being Yaqub, smirks. Oh yeah? Prove it, bruh. This kid.
يلا حمودي اتحداك تطلع ها حمودي زين.
Next day, Hamoudi rolls up, ready to join Yaqub's team. But Yaqub, instant rejection. Yeah, team's full, man. Sue Yaqub. Still, Hamoudi tags along to the field. And surprise, surprise, he starts getting stares and whispers. 'Cause, you know, one-legged footballers aren't exactly common. Then, mid-game, bam! The ball flies towards Hamoudi. With perfect precision, he redirects it to Yaqub's teammate, and goo! Crowd goes wild. Well, kinda. Yaqub's friend Jassim turns to him like, dude, we need this kid on our team. Yaqub? Still stubborn. Nah, bro, we're good. Game ends. They all head home. And just like that, Hamoudi's football comeback is officially on the clock. That night, Hamoudi vents to his dad. Yaqub won't let me play, it's not fair. Kadim, being a dad who thinks 5 steps ahead, comes up with a genius move. He buys a second-hand television so Hamoudi, Yaqub, and the squad can watch football together. Turns out, it works like a charm. After some good old antenna wiggling, the boys finally get their watch party going. But then, Hamoudi pulls a power move. Nobody watches this television unless you put me on the team. Excuse me, sir? Dude just blackmailed his way into football. Respect. So, they take a vote, and guess what? Hamoudi wins. Yaqub reluctantly makes him goalkeeper. I mean, one leg, limited movement, what could go wrong? Meanwhile, Kadim tries honest work for once. Cut to Kadim, now selling fish. Honestly, much better than being a government rat. But then, enter Haji Osman. Osman's basically the landlord boss of this area. He rolls up like, hey man, your rent's due, time to pay up. Kadim, obviously struggling, gets an opportunity instead. Osman's like, I got a side gig for you. Just go pick up some weapons. From a minefield. Bro, a minefield? Kadim immediately shuts that down. Yeah, no thanks. I actually want to keep my legs. Osman leaves. But later that day, boom, Bahaz shows up. And guess what he's offering? The same old snitch job. Kadim snaps. Bro, my life's already a disaster because of that job. So this time, he walks away. Character growth. Ladies and gentlemen. The next day, while Hamoudi and the gang are having the time of their lives watching football, bam, the television dies. Transistors fried. They try getting it fixed, but nah, this thing's DOA, dead on arrival. The only way to fix it? Buying a new transistor from Baghdad. Problem is, Baghdad's far, dangerous. And Kadim's wallet is basically on life support. When you're broke and kicked off the team. On top of that, Hamoudi gets kicked from the football squad. Reason? Dead weight. Dude already lost a leg,
حلو.
and now he's losing his
اللي
only
يريد
social
نبدل
life.
حمودي خليه يسوي
So,
تصويت.
the squad comes up with a backup plan. They crash the neighbor's house for a football watch party. But here's the catch. The neighbor's a hardcore Manchester United fan. So, what does he do? Charges an entry fee? Barcelona fans? 500. Manchester United fans? 250. Scam? Absolutely. Everything's going well until Hamoudi sees Cristiano Ronaldo rolling on the ground after a foul. And of course, he just has to say it. Proofed. Look at him. What a drama queen. Bro basically called CR7 a diva in a Manchester United fan's house. Big mistake. The television owner loses his mind. All the Barcelona fans kicked out. Now Hamoudi has the entire squad ready to throw hands at him. Yaqub. Bro, we got kicked out because of you. Moral of the story? If you're watching football at someone else's house, maybe don't roast their favorite player. He comes up with the dumbest idea ever. Stealing the landmine map from his dad. Why? Because he and the gang actually want to take the dangerous weapons job, just so they can buy a new television. Peak childhood logic. Because Hamoudi really wanted to play soccer and watch the Champions League final, he secretly took a map of a mine-infested area and showed it to his friends. These kids had some wild ideas they were willing to take on this job, just so they could watch television. The line between innocent and reckless was pretty thin. On their journey, they took a short break. Omar looked at Hamoudi and asked, "How can you walk this far with just one leg?" Hamoudi casually replied, "Once you get used to it, it's actually easy. Besides, my leg will grow back soon." His friends were baffled. Wait, is that even possible? With full confidence, Hamoudi answered, "Yes." Yaqub laughed. "Yeah, if a leg grows back. But what if it turns into an arm instead? That'd be weird, right?" Hamoudi hesitated. Yaqub turned to the others. "If you lose a limb, it doesn't grow back, man. What do you think we are, lizards?" They all burst out laughing and continued their journey. Finally, they arrived at the location, and sure enough, the place was filled with rifles. But there was a huge risk the area was packed with landmines. Yaqub and the gang hesitated to grab the AK-47. In the end, they decided to make Hamoudi do it after all. It was his idea. Reluctantly, Hamoudi agreed. Before he moved, Yaqub and the others started throwing rocks toward the rifle, hoping to trigger any hidden mines. The plan was simple. Hamoudi just had to follow the path where no explosions happened. With his heart pounding, Hamoudi carefully made his way to the rifle. He successfully picked it up, but on his way back click, his foot landed on a mine. Panic took over. Yaqub quickly ordered everyone to strip off their clothes and told Hamoudi to stay calm. They rushed toward him, wrapping him in layers of clothing to minimize the blast impact. At the same time, they dug a hole right in front of Hamoudi's feet, hoping it would serve as a shelter. Once everything was ready, Yaqub gave the signal, "Jump!" Hamoudi leaped into the hole. Boom! The mine exploded. But miraculously, Hamoudi only suffered minor injuries, and he managed to bring back an AK-47. Meanwhile, Yaqub's mom, full-on raging, she storms into Hamoudi's house like, "You let your son drag my son into a freaking death trap." And Kadim? Dude's mentally checked out. He's done. After all the chaos, he finally gives in and takes Bahoz's offer. At this point, I kinda get it. When life beats you down this bad, you take whatever way out you can find. The moment that changed everything. That night, before heading to Baghdad, we get a flashback. The full gut-wrenching truth about how Hamoudi lost his leg. And let me tell you, it's brutal. It all started when Kadim was on a mission with the US soldiers. Out of nowhere, ambush, gunfire, chaos, and in the middle of it, a suicide bomber. And guess who just happened to be nearby? Hamoudi. Boom. The explosion wrecks everything. And there's Hamoudi, lying in a pool of his own blood. Kadim rushes to save his son, carrying him in his arms, screaming for help. And what do the American soldiers do? They leave. They just freaking leave. Like, nah bro, that's your problem now. No help, no backup, just abandoned. And that was Kadim's biggest regret. That was the moment he realized he was nothing but a disposable tool. That's why he breaks down in tears. But tears don't pay the bills. And with no options left, he goes back to the same job that destroyed him. The next day, Kadim and Hamoudi hit the road to Baghdad, bringing their busted television for repairs. Everything's going smooth, until they hit a checkpoint. Cue random inspection. Kadim hands over his ID. But guess what? The soldiers snatch the television. Like seriously. Bro, what kind of broke soldiers be out here robbing a television? If this were Naruto, stuff like this would be totally normal. But hold up. Turns out, the TV's actually broken. So now the soldiers are like, ew, never mind. And just like that, the television gets unconfiscated. Anyway, they finally get the television fixed. Kadim tells Hamoudi, "Stay here, kid. I'm gonna buy a little something for your mom." Sounds sweet, right? Well, nah. Kadim actually heads straight to Freedom Iraq, aka the HQ of American troops, to collect his paycheck. Bad move. Iraqi spies spot him. He's marked. After that, Kadim returns to Hamoudi, but this time, he's got a surprise. He introduces Hamoudi to his friend, a prosthetist. Yep, a legit leg guy. This moment? Pure gold. Hamoudi gets his television fixed. Hamoudi gets a new leg. Mom gets a gift. They got money in the bag. The tragedy. But then, on their way home, bang! Out of nowhere, Kadim gets shot. A sniper. Most likely an Iraqi nationalist, pissed off at Kadim for working with the Americans. Kadim collapses. He's bleeding out, but he's still thinking about his family. With his last bit of strength, he hands Hamoudi the money and his mom's gift. Take this home, son. Be happy. Watch the game with your friends. But Hamoudi? He's not having it. You really think I care about his stupid television more than you, Dad? Tears. Pain. Hamoudi desperately tries to joke around to keep his dad awake, but it's too late. Kadim breathes his last breath. Hamoudi loses his father, and just like that, his world shatters. The movie wraps up with Hamoudi finally making it home safely. The television they fixed is all good to go, still working, no issues. But yo, the cost? Too high. His dad didn't come back. Hamoudi gets to hang with his friends and watch the game. But even though they're all celebrating, Hamoudi's eyes? Empty. His mom asks, "Where's your dad?" Hamoudi's voice cracks as he responds, "I'm sorry, Mom. I couldn't bring Dad home. He's too heavy. We have to go pick him up tomorrow." Mic drop. And there it is, folks. The journey of Baghdad Messi. A ride full of hope, dreams, and the harsh reality Hamoudi had to face. From a kid who just wanted to watch the game and play football, to battling life in the middle of a brutal conflict. Sad? Of course, but also so deep, man. This movie hits you with that emotional punch, and then slaps you with reality. How lucky we are to live in peace without a war. The film shows how war can take so much from a person, your happiness, your dreams, and even your family. But through all that, it also sends a strong message about hope and perseverance. So here's the question. If you were in Hamoudi's shoes, what would you do? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep me hyped for making more film breakdowns. See you in the next video, and stay cinematic.